is a game of deception. In what sense? It's a game of perception. You create a picture that is not necessarily there for people to perceive it as the actual picture. Okay? William Ruto knows that, and he understands that very well. He knows there are two kingmakers in this country. One is called Raila Odinga. The other one is called Mount Kenya. Without either of those two, you can hardly become a president. Okay? So he knows what to say, where, and when. Okay? I'll give you a story I used to hear when I was young.
Yes.
A story that says that brilliance can beat any form of strategy if you want to think. Politics is a game of chess. You think, you lose the game once you stop thinking. Okay? There was a race between a chameleon and a rabbit, a hare. They were to run, let's say, for 2 kilometers. Who would you think would win the race in such a situation?
Definitely.
Of course, the hare.
Yeah.
But the chameleon was endowed with brilliance. So when they were just about to run, a chameleon is light. You'd hardly feel their weight. Jumped on the tail of the hare. And so the hare ran the race, thinking he's left the chameleon behind. And when the hare came to the crossing line, he was ushering, oh, you guys, you're number one. Have a seat. So when he was going to sit down, the chameleon spoke to him, hey, you guy, why do you want to sit on me? I won this race. Okay? So, what Gachagua lacks right now, he has been given the speed.
Yes.
He has been placed somewhere by William Ruto that it's up to him to survive there or not. Whether he remains or not will be his own undoing. Now, this is the other contradicting side. If you see a tortoise on top of a tree, what comes in your mind?
Somebody put it there.
Somebody put it there. Gachagua is enjoying a view that he was put by William Ruto. It's a cozy place. It's a nice place. I never thought I would get to a place in life and have this view. And now William Ruto, a very smart, one of the most brilliant strategists of our time, I will say that without fear doubt, is creating a perception. Because with William Ruto, I don't take him at his face value. I'm always thinking like William Ruto. I've had the pleasure to sit down with him. I've had a chance to get into his mind on how he sees things and think. He is now creating a perception that he seems to elevate Musalia to be his running mate. But William Ruto's eyes are in Mount Kenya. Because he knows it is going to be a tall order for Raila to say William Ruto tosha in 2027. So he still needs Mount Kenya. But Gachagua knows that lightning does not strike the same place. Either for the national government, for him, for anyone. He understands that. And now what he's trying to do is play William Ruto's politics in their presidency with Uhuru Kenyatta, how he played his politics in their second term to be the president today. So what Rigathi Gachagua is looking for today, he is between a very thin place and a rock. To make Gachagua the deputy president, to be the legitimate Mount Kenya leader, such that everybody is following him, he has to play the politics of William Ruto of their second term with Uhuru. That is saying, hey, I'm not a part of this government. You guys, you see all this mess? I'm not a part of this mess.
It's actually said it, isn't it?
He
said it. In other words, he's even told the president. I do not like the ongoing conversations about most of Kenya.
Exactly. I don't like a repeat of the scenario of Uhuru and Raila. I don't like it. And so he started distancing. That says that Rigathi Gachagua was still in his wisdom or whatever. He's not as stupid as you would think. And my worry with Gachagua is, why does he keep portraying that he's not the smartest guy in the room kind of guy. Yet if you look at the moves he's doing right now, he's understood that his political future, the place that he has been elevated by William Ruto, if William Ruto tries to bring him down, he has to bite William Ruto's hand. Leave me up here. I need to survive here. Don't bring me down. Okay? Now, here is the Uhuru factor. In national politics and in Mount Kenya politics, there is an Uhuru factor. At the national level on economy, at the regional level in Mount Kenya, as a fallback plan. Okay? Uhuru is a guy who is coming, where William Ruto is today in his first year, Uhuru has been there 10 years.
That's it.
He understands some dynamics. He knows how now to play with the economy.
Yes.
Alone politics.
Yes.
The economy. Because that's what would make sure that for William Ruto to be re-elected again, he has to change the economy. And if William Ruto finds it becoming a tall order to change the economy, he has to play politics. And so he's also going to have politics playing with him from the other end. And so what Uhuru is doing right now, he's seated somewhere. He knows this guy will need him at one point. Because the conversation on the ground is, take us to Uhuru's 159 shillings a litre for petrol. Take us back there. We don't want it at 120. Take us back where Uhuru left us. Take back our coffee. Take back our tea where Uhuru left it. So the Uhuru factor comes in. Rigathi Gachagua knows in Mount Kenya, he needs the blessings of Uhuru Kenyatta to solidify him as the legitimate kingpin. So Uhuru is in a better position than any other time in the history of his retirement. And he is waiting to see how this thing plays. You see, William Ruto, a man I highly regard in terms of thinking and strategy, knows probably who would be the next president after him. He knows what would have to be done by who and by where, at where and by who, to make him a one-term president. He knows that. And he's making sure that nobody thinks towards that direction.
Yes.
Nobody sees that picture. And that's William Ruto for you. One of the best things about William Ruto, because I keep saying he ran a very successful wave that he defied the gravity of politics, to the extent of calling his presidency a miracle-like presidency. But it is an engineered wave. And he understands that he had 2 or 3 waves that he brought. He created 2 constituencies that nobody could credit to saying this is the man who created this. He had the church. The church is a constituency he was able to unite. The other one is the hustler nation. These are the people who matter when it comes to voting. He spoke their language. Okay? He spoke to their heart, and he got their mind as a gift for speaking to their heart.
Pretty much.
Okay?
Yes.
And so wherever William Ruto knows, he knows going to Western Kenya, because remember, the only way to try and unite the people of Mulembe Nation is to woo them with the deputy president position in hope that they will take the presidency after him. But how many deputy presidents have the Mulembe Nation have had before? Did that unite the Mulembe Nation? Is William Ruto going to be the first man to unite there? I don't think he needs to waste his energy on what others tried and failed. But again, William Ruto is a risk taker. He runs his race like everything depends on his, he's a risk taker. So he knows he might try to unite the Mulembe. He's trying to imagine he can be the first successful president to unite those guys. But again, he knows it's a tall order. These guys have had deputy presidents before. They never united. So he knows Mount Kenya is still the person. He brought in a very important factor of someone like Kindiki. Sometimes you set a person to fail, like Gachagua. William Ruto, in his brilliancy, says, Kindiki, you're a brilliant man. I don't need you right now. I will set this man called Rigathi Gachagua for failure. Okay? And that's why you see most of the guys, even in Kenya Kwanza, are distancing themselves from the remarks that Gachagua says. Because politics is about setting someone to fail. It is the only place, it's like law. What you say can be used against you in a court of public opinion. Whatever is fighting Gachagua today is the things he have been saying. And that's why you're perplexed right now that it is Gachagua calling Uhuru Kenyatta Muigai our son.